In this third installment of the magnificent trilogy, Flex, the never-ending story, we're going to share with you how to record your professional development activities using the Record Activities button in MyFlex. So we're going to assume that you've gotten into MyFlex. If you don't know how to do that, there's a couple videos right above me that you could watch that'll walk you through it. And we're going to click on not My Transcript, which is the page you enter when you're in MyFlex, but we're going to move on to recording some activities. And when you do that, you will see a wonderful list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 or 11 different reasons, justifications, purposes that lurk behind nearly every imaginable Flex activity. Does it matter which one we pick? Actually, not really. It's really just your assessment of which category makes the most sense. What matters is that you properly fill out and document the next screen where you're actually telling us what you did and how many hours you spent doing it. So just to give a quick example of one of the most common, many people are doing reading, writing, and research on their own over the summer or during the school year and would like to count those hours toward their Flex obligation. So if you click on that circle and you come here, you'll see a series of boxes that you need to fill in. So if it's a reading, you'd put the name of the book or the article. In activity description, just a very brief description of the activity, the book, the article that you read. Maybe a little bit about what you got out of it or why you feel it was useful for your professional development. A little bit of an evaluation would be cool. You'd put the day you started reading the book or article. You'd put the day you ended reading the book or article. You'd put in the total number of hours. Now, for books and articles, providing documentation is a little dicey. If you wrote a blog post or for some reason kept a log, okay, you could upload that. But really, for reading, it's important that your activity description be pretty thorough to give people a sense that you actually read the book. Then you don't have to worry about uploading any documentation. So this is one example of one effort to record a professional development activity in one category. But there really are many other options, the most common of which, and the one people are asking about the most, is scheduled Flex activities and or workshops. How do I record those now that we don't sign up in Flex? Well, the answer is pretty straightforward, but it does mean a little more effort for you, the faculty member entering your hours. So before you go about entering hours that you spent at a scheduled Flex activity, a scheduled professional development activity, say during Flex Week or any time during the semester, you're going to want to call up the schedule. And the easiest way to call up the schedule is to go to the PDP Canvas homepage, click on Do Some Flex, and you'll see the very first item there is a list of all the scheduled professional development and Flex activities. And when you click on that list, you'll see upcoming things, typically first. So you can see here there's some scheduled workshops in September. But you can go all the way back to the Fall Flex Week and find that here too. In other words, from this point on, all previous Flex activities will be kept on this one site where you can see the most current available options, future options, and then all the way back to past offerings. This is important because basically you can cut and paste from this Google Doc into your Flex record if you do so carefully. And I want to quickly show you how to do that. So let's imagine I attended the Canvas Just the Basics for Beginners workshop. Actually, I'm not going to pick that one because it's all weird and green. So let's imagine I went to the Canvas, Where Can You Go, and How Do You Get There workshop. So I start off by selecting that title. Now, when I get into MyFlex in the record option, I'm going to click on Scheduled Activity or Workshop. I'm going to click on the little save and go to the next toggle, and I can cut and paste in my activity title. Now I want to go back to the schedule and get that activity description. It's important here to be a little careful about how you do this, because if you select this whole block, you're going to find that the system doesn't handle that well because it doesn't like returns and other things. So what you want to do is narrowly select the text you actually want to copy and only the text you want to copy. Copy that and bring it back over to your schedule, record page, and paste it in. And so there you go. You have a nice title and description right there, easily entered. You put the start date. I forget what it was, but we'll pretend that it was August 13th. Oh, that said September. No, there we go. And then it ended the same day, August 13th. And let's say it was 1 hour. Okay. Now, here's the tricky part. For scheduled activities or workshops, you do need to provide some kind of documentation that you attended. We no longer require flex attendance rosters because, as you can see from this language here, the Flex office is no longer responsible for keeping records to verify your Flex completion. You're responsible for keeping and updating that documentation. So it's a good idea, if you want to use an attendance roster as your proof that you attended the workshop, of asking the facilitator or some of the other participants to start up an attendance roster, sign in your names, your amount of time, where the workshop occurred, and take a picture. And you can upload that here. The other option you can do is you can upload notes that you use from the workshop or anything else that you think would document your attendance there. Obviously, this is a gray area, but the language here clearly makes the obligation for providing supporting documentation yours. Okay, so hopefully this has given you a little bit of a sense of how to record your hours in Flex. If you're having any trouble, please don't hesitate to contact, me or Debbie Adler at the PDP Flex office. All right, good luck, and let us know if you need help.